this hour has just flown by. We've been talking about Lighthouse Christian Camp. Oh, so much more than a summer camp, but a wonderful, wonderful summer camp. It's all about Christian-based,
Amen.
Preaching the gospel,
Yes.
and caring and loving on children who
Yes,
desperately
right.
need it. You also have a home for widows. You also have more of a long-term care facility for children. Tell me about
Yes.
that.
The Lighthouse Boys and Girls Ranch, and we accept children by private referral. We accept no state or federal funding, and so many grandparents are trying to raise kids,
Yeah.
and they're having a very difficult time, especially when a child gets up 10, 11, 12 years old and they begin acting out and become.
Sure.
Just got a call today, as a matter of fact, from a lady just not too far away, and she was actually an aunt because the mom and dad had abandoned the child, and so she took this little boy. He's 11 years old now, and she said, you know, I just don't know what to do. I just could I talk to you about him coming to your place?
And
I
when we say this place, this is the ranch,
yes,
right?
That's the girls' ranch home. The boys' ranch home is down under the hill. The children they raise chickens and ducks, and they help with the cattle and the horses and the activities there. But it's a beautiful home, and it's each bedroom has its own private bath. Wow. And each bathroom has 2 vanities. So if we bring one child in, they don't invade the other's space. Yeah. And so these children, you know, they're there. We also have a transition home so that when a child gets 18 and they're still there with us, we're not going to just put them on the street like the state does so often. And so we're going to help them even go to college, go to vocational school, or go out and get a job. We teach them money management and things like that. And we teach them a strong work ethic. They have to work. Yes. So we have a boys' home and a girls' home, so we don't separate siblings. That happens, you know, so often in foster care. And so, you know, if there are those out there that we have spaces in our girls' home right now, we're almost full in our boys' home, but we do have some spaces in our girls' home now to take children in.
How long do children usually stay with you?
It's according. We had a young man that came, basically abandoned by his parents, and had no relatives, anyone that was interested in taking him. He was about 11 when he came, and he's in the military now. Wow. He went through that. The house parents actually adopted him, and so he went from being in our home to being adopted. And so some kids come and we work with them, and we see great improvements in them, and then they get to rejoin their family if the family gets straightened out where they can care for them.
Wow, that's amazing. And I have to go back to where this all started. If you weren't with us at the beginning of the show, this started with, you had this 400-acre piece of property that you all enjoyed and that was yours in Smithville, Tennessee, about an hour east of Nashville,
Yes,
and you just felt led to start a camp.
Yes,
There's this beautiful piece of property we're looking at. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful views of Center Hill Lake. Yes.
And this started with turning 2 horse barns into cabins and 2 outhouses. And we've seen the gorgeous pictures, and you were very diligent in saying at the beginning, you use every dollar and you make it work and you make it stretch because you don't take it for granted.
No, and that's true of everything, you know, good stewardship on everything we do. Because we know that people give their hard-earned money, and we want to be sure we use it rightly and efficiently.
And the kids do not pay for summer camp. You've had about 20,000 kids come through, never paid a dime for summer camp.
That's right.
And that's the way it's going to continue.
And to weekend retreats, after-school clubs, you know, same thing with our widows' homes and our, you know, it's all by faith, you know, that God supplies the needs.
And to whom much is given, much is expected. And that's what you're hoping that people will do, not only help with the Christmas party. We're going to show you a list of items that they need for the Christmas party here again in a second. But also, if you feel led to maybe sponsor a child for camp, you can do that. How do people do that? What does it cost? What do you need?
To provide a scholarship for a child is $135, and we'll start actually searching out the kids in greatest need in February and March, and lining up the transportation to get them to camp. But we don't have the funds. We're going to trust that God will supply the needs. And so people could sponsor children for the 2016 season for summer camp, or they can give for because we have to buy quite a bit of things for the Christmas parties,
Sure.
even, and they could make a donation for the Christmas parties as well. But a year-end gift to the ministry, and it would be tax deductible because we are a 501c3 organization, and we'll be setting aside funds for the summer camps, in our reserve account for the summer, and they'll get a letter, personal letter from every child they sponsor.
Wow.
And those letters, people say, "Oh, what a blessing those letters are."
Oh, I
that
bet.
they
But
get.
they come in as a kind
Because
of,
the kids have a
forget about it
unique
after
way.
a while, and then they come in the mail, and you think, oh, how wonderful.
The children have such a unique way of expressing themselves, and it's such a blessing. Misspell a lot of words,
Sure,
as you can imagine.
sure,
But
yeah. The point
if
gets
we can't
across.
quite decipher what the letter meant, then we may make a little or suggest a little correction here. But they write the letter in their own words.
Yeah. Which is
Yeah.
great, absolutely great. And always looking for volunteers for those camp counselors.
ma'am.
Again, give us the number where people can call if they want more information on maybe sending a child, if they want to volunteer, become a camp counselor, want to do a scholarship. How do you connect them? Where do they go?
They just simply go to, they can call us at 615-597-1264, or you can even just send us an email at contacts@lighthousechristiancamp.com.
Easy.
Or go to our website.
What's your website?
It's lighthousechristiancamp.com.
That's easy. LighthouseChristianCamp.com. I'm going to drill that into you so we can get lots of people heading in that direction.
Yeah, you learn a lot more about the camp too, in detail on our website.
Absolutely wonderful. Okay, let's talk about the items needed for the Christmas party again. These are items that the children can choose a gift for themselves, or more importantly, get to have some play money, and then go shopping for the ones in their lives that they want to give a
Yes.
gift to.
Well, just about anything you can think of that for a household or whatever. But of course, the big things like if they're purchasing for their parents or whatever. Cosmetics, jewelry, like for men, if it's a granddaddy or a daddy, then even tools, things
Hell
like
yeah.
that. We don't put out knives, okay? So
That's a good
donate
thing, yeah.
don't donate knives. They got to get back on the bus and
Right.
go home. So, but just about anything like that. But one thing for boys would be motorized cars. Oh, they see
Oh,
those
I bet,
motorized
yeah.
cars, or like Sarah said, balls and
Right.
different things
Any
like
sports
that.
equipment.
Yeah, for girls, dolls. Little girls love those dolls
Yes,
still.
they do.
And different things like that. Games. So many people donate crayons and books, but I'll have to tell you, most of these kids will pass those up.
Okay. We
They
like
will
hearing
go-
the truth because you
they
want to
go for
donate
the
something
exciting
some use.
things.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Just like what your kids would want at home.
Right.
That's the same thing that these kids want, right?
I know people have good intentions
Yes.
because hey, they need these books, but
Right.
it's best to get something that's exciting to them.
And I would imagine if you buy something that needs a battery, go ahead and include the batteries too, right?
Go ahead and include the batteries, but I tell you what we do, because we know these children cannot maybe even get a battery to go. So people donate things, and many times it will not have batteries, but we'll always purchase the batteries and strap it to the gift.
Fantastic. I like how you guys are thinking ahead. That's wonderful. When we come back, grab your pen and paper right now, because we're going to show you the number again for Lighthouse Christian Camp. So if you want to donate, become a counselor, want to take part in this Christmas party, we are going to get you hooked up. So grab your pen and paper right now and join us in just a few minutes.